Hi, I'm Heather, and I am going to be sharing a series of short stories that I've written. The collection is called Loving Touch, and each chapter will have its own episode. This is episode 1 of Loving Touch. December 31st, 2018. I have always considered New Year's Eve an important and significant night. For weeks leading up to it, I prepare by reflecting on the prior year, releasing old stories, and setting intentions for the coming year. It was also the anniversary of my ex-husband and I sharing our first kiss and the following 17 years together. I hadn't spent a New Year's Eve with a group of friends in many years and was eager to create new memories. I was a full-time rideshare driver at the time, so I decided to work 6 to 10:30 p.m. to take advantage of one of the highest earning nights of the year, but still catch a few hours of the odd-sounding event most of my new friends were attending. It was a kirtan/group meditation/intention-setting ceremony/dance, and I was super excited to see what the hell that was going to be like. My 15-year-old daughter was squared away on a sleepover with a few friends having a quiet celebration in a parent's basement. I was relieved that her head injury-induced anxiety had finally eased enough for us to be apart overnight, as well as for her to develop a handful of sweet friendships with kids her age who lived nearby. I had a pretty great night, giving kind, generous, interesting people rides around town and creating fun memories with them. Unfortunately, what became the last ride of the night included a dude barfing in the back seat of my car. I was super grossed out and really irritated that not only did I have to stop earlier than I planned, but I had to go home, change into non-barf splattered clothes, and not drive again until I could get my car professionally cleaned. That entire night is really truly worthy of its own side story. I'll tell it eventually. I followed a confusing series of signs to the back door entrance of the event space, walked down a very long hallway, becoming increasingly sure I wasn't in the right place. I listened hard and heard some music off to my right. I followed my ear, turned a corner, and down another long hallway I saw piles of shoes lining the walls. Aha! That must be where all the hippies are hanging out, I thought. I felt the familiar pangs of anxiety in my gut, urging me to turn around, just go home. Nope. I overcame the smell, sight, and touch of barf, resisted the urge to make myself late by immediately spending an hour cleaning it, and I went down a sketchy hallway, and a bunch of people I like are on the other side of that pile of shoes. I am fucking going through that door, and we'll figure out what happens after that. I enjoyed the kirtan and intention setting at midnight, but wish I had arrived earlier so I could be cozied in with some people that I knew. I realized that being alone for a bit gave me time to relax and transition out of driving/dealing with barf mode and into socializing and dancing mode. I was excited to see my friend Sally. I didn't realize she'd planned to be there. We danced together for several songs. She had been learning quite a bit about contact improv and was eager to practice. She leaned in close so I could hear her over the music. "Would you like to meet my friend Sel? He's really good at contact improv with beginners, and he's here tonight." I was instantly equally excited and terrified. I time traveled in my memory to the moment Sel first came into my awareness, standing in the middle of my friend Serena's street headed to my car. She was promising to invite me the next time there was a group snuggle at her friend Sel's. I remember thinking a group snuggle sounded super weird, but also maybe awesome, and wondering if he was cute. It was late summer. The air was warm, the sun felt amazing on my skin. Based on those details, it was likely the previous July. Sally came up behind a lithe man wearing a black t-shirt and maroon velvet pants. She tapped him on the shoulder. He turned around, and I instantly knew I wanted to feel his body against mine. I hadn't invited much beyond a hug from a man in well over a year, and this was the first time my body felt a glimmer of excitement in a much longer time. I felt giggly while I awkwardly tried to follow him. I had no idea what to expect, so the fear of looking like a dork or hurting myself was strong. I felt stiff and confused, but also certain I wanted more opportunities to be close to him. And if that meant I needed to try this crazy thing named contact improv, I was sure doing it. After dancing, I wanted to lie down and rest. I had been searching everywhere for Serena, finally finding her in the middle of a snuggle puddle at one end of the room. I snuggled in with her and some other new friends before floating on air as I headed home. Thank you for being on the receiving end. I look forward to hearing what you think about episode 1 of Loving Touch.